Hello, welcome, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be taking a driving tour of the downtown retail areas of Eagan, Minnesota. Eagan is a southern suburb of the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul, and in this tour we are literally just going to be driving around downtown. So join me. All right, we've just pulled into the Central Park Commons shopping area of Eagan, Minnesota. And forgive me, I'm navigating the parking lot on a Saturday afternoon while I'm providing this tour. And this is really the newest shopping area in all of Eagan. This whole section of land on the northwest corner of Pilot Knob and Yankee Doodle Road was recently redeveloped. This whole section was owned by Spare Univac and Lockheed Martin, and when those businesses went away, the city had this huge section of land to develop, and they did, into the community center and Central Park, and then more recently this shopping area. So we're going to take a drive through here just to show you what is around in Eagan. We've got the Hobby Lobby, the Marshalls, the Home Goods over there, big Hyvee grocery store. When we leave here, we'll be headed over to the community center area to get a look at that. And since the development of Eagan really centers around the main intersection on the four corners of the Hyvee, on the four corners of Yankee Doodle Road and Pilot Knob, will really kind of be centering our tour around that area. So here's our new Hyvee grocery store, very popular. They've got takeout food in there, Wahlburgers, restaurant and bar, and all this entire area that we're in the middle of kind of was developed at the same time. We've got the Sierra. There's a Total Wine around the corner, so I guess I would call those the anchor stores. The Marshalls, Sierra, Total Wine, Hyvee, Hobby Lobby, and then we've got some smaller stores in between that we'll be driving through as well. Right now we are driving around the perimeter, checking out the larger strip mall anchors here. And over in that final strip mall section, we've got a Five Below and a DSW warehouse. We'll kind of go into the interior areas, the Piatta Italian street food, and then we'll go through the section of these kind of smaller buildings with individual businesses in them. And I hope this tour is interesting. If you're still joining me, I hope it is. I've just been having so much fun making driving tours recently. I thought it might be interesting to literally focus on the downtown area of this city to give you an idea of what Eagan has to offer from a retail and commercial standpoint. So here's our little, I always call this the fake little main street. Central Nails, European Wax Center, Massage Envy, Gent, Grooming for Men, Vibrant, which is like physical therapy, Punch Pizza. I won't name everything, but you can get a look around and kind of see what the feel is like here in Central Park Commons of Eagan. And we've got an office building as we leave, Genesis Credit Union as well, and more parking lot, potentially room for more development in the Eagan area. So we're heading out onto Central Parkway, and just outside this retail area happens to be the very nice and attractive Eagan Community Center, so we may as well take a look at that while we're right downtown. So again, between Spare Univac and Lockheed Martin, all this land was set to be developed right here, truly in the very heart of downtown Eagan, within the last 20 years. And I think this community center probably was built maybe about 20 years ago. The Central Park Commons we were just at was more built in the last, 2 to 3 or 4 years. But they really did a nice job. Just on Pilot Knob, it was actually the original 1914, 1918 town hall, and the real original municipal center where the police station still is. But now what they went ahead and did and separated the community center from the municipal offices, and now we've got this awesome community center. It's got gyms and a play area for kids and a fitness center, and they set it back in the middle of this huge park area, which we'll get a look at. The grass straight ahead up that hill they call the festival grounds, and in fact they use it for festivals. When they have 4th of July celebrations, the carnival is up on the hill and everybody kind of lays blankets out here. There's a big food area with carnival food and street food, okay, that you can walk around and get food, and they've got a bandstand, and then the fireworks go off in the back of that park. So it really is a well-used section of town. Now, as we pull around the back side of the community center, you'll see it looks like they are getting ready or having a wedding almost as we speak, so that's exciting. And we are going to cruise back through the parking lot. This building over here with the clock is a little band shell where they actually have concerts during the summer and the fall, and food vendors, and I believe they also have a farmer's market out here. And I'm not sure if you saw along the festival grounds, there is a new kids splash pad, like a water feature with buckets and sprays and all that stuff, which is probably getting well used today as we drive around in early June of 2021 with temperatures in the upper 90s. Even a little warm with the top down, but I love it. So there you can see the splash pad in the background, the festival grounds where the carnival is held. And we are now going to be cruising out of the Eagan Central Park area. And I should mention, on the other side of the building, they had a pond with a fountain, but there are walking trails, lighted walking trails back there, and ponds and hills. So it really is an attractive park to go to. And there's another section with outside restrooms that has a little sledding hill with additional parking. So it really is a nice feature for a city to have. And we were lucky enough in Eagan to have it built so recently, so it's very modern, just because this land in the very center of the city became available. So lucky us. All right, we are cruising back out onto Central Parkway, and there's Central Park Commons where the Hyvee was, Petco where the pets go. And this road is going to take us across Pilot Knob, and we are heading east right now with the sun behind us. And we will be crossing over into another section of retail development. And again, when Eagan was originally built up, the main intersection on the north part of town here was Pilot Knob Road, which runs north and south, and Yankee Doodle that runs east and west. So we've got some apartments that have been here, I think, since the 70s. And let's take a gander south down Pilot Knob. And that was the main intersection. Now it still is a main intersection, but since that time, I think the city was incorporated in 1972, that was originally founded, the city of Eagan, or the township of Eagan, whatever, in 1860, but it really grew up as a suburb in the 70s, but it wasn't until the mid-1980s that the final section of Interstate 35E was run through that intersection. So now you can access 35E and go into St. Paul or head south from either Yankee Doodle or Pilot Knob. So it ends up being a very convenient location, not only to have all this retail, but to get on and off for people coming from other parts of the metro, or for anybody who lives in Eagan and needs to go straight into St. Paul. Also, just north of here off 35E is 494, which is the Beltway loop around the metro. So it's still a super convenient location, and kind of a lucky coincidence that the freeway was put in right around where all the commercial development already was, again with two access points on both of the main roads. So here we have Glen Apartments, which have been here for a very long time. Again, Pilot Knob being a main road, and they have since added additional buildings into this development. Some offices on the south side of the road that are relatively new. And here we've got just a smaller bridge that is taking us across 35E. So Eagan literally has tried to put their own little miniature type beltway road so you can access the different areas of the retail and shopping without getting stuck necessarily at too many stoplights at the freeway. We've got this little roundabout here. I'm going to take a little spin on the roundabout so you can see this little strip mall here. It's got a T-Mobile, Jimmy John's, and beyond that we've got a Home Depot down there. And we just did a loop on the roundabout. We're going to head over to Eagan Promenade, which is kind of another strip mall area that has been here and had been functioning long before Central Park Commons went in. So this strip mall area here was probably built late 80s, maybe early 90s. And they've got a Byerly's grocery store here, a PetSmart, a Michael's. Well, we'll just get a look at it as we drive by. And it looks like they recently have put fresh asphalt down where we're driving, so hopefully we'll have a smooth drive through the Eagan Promenade. And this is Lunds and Byerly's right here. And in a way, I feel guilty for boring you with all these little storefronts, but really that is the point of the video, to give you a sense of what Eagan has to offer in the Eagan downtown area. So I won't read everything out. You can see it as we drive by: PetSmart, Bed Bath & Beyond, Barnes & Noble. But this is another one of the shopping areas right around that intersection of Yankee Doodle and Pilot Knob Road. And we would be in the northeast section of that intersection now on the east side of 35A. And give you a look to the right. Plenty of parking for this strip mall. We're going to end here with Old Navy and TJ Maxx. As I head north, I want to show you something else that I find interesting. One of the Blue Cross Blue Shield office buildings in Eagan, and they still have another location here, is that tall white building you see in the distance. That was an office building since sometime in the 80s, maybe the 70s, probably the 80s. And what a weird thing, that the building was vacant for several years, and as Eagan had developed around it, somebody purchased that building and turned it into condominiums. With a rooftop patio and a pool, and it's been so successful they've literally added on. So that was, to me, kind of a unique idea, to take a kind of an office building with no balconies and turn it into a kind of modern condo building. And I've been in there and it's cool. Actually, maybe it's apartments, not condos. So here we've got some restaurants, our big restaurants: Buffalo Wild Wings, Mad Cow, Houlihan's. In the same parking lot as this Eagan Promenade. We've got a Potbelly sandwich place. And now we're heading back west, and we're going to be getting onto that main loop road. And I got a hunch as we come around the corner, we're going to see some traffic over at the Dairy Queen. Again, it's like 98 degrees out here, so beautiful day to go. I can't believe there's not a longer line. There's the Dairy Queen, and I was in this area last night after dark, and there was a long line for ice cream cones. Maybe people don't want to leave their air conditioning today, I'm not sure, but we got the Dairy Queen. So now we are going to be crossing to the south side of Yankee Doodle. That's going to put us, I guess, in the southeast corner of Yankee Doodle, or Yankee Doodle and Pilot Knob, and we've got some more interesting developments over here. So as we cross to the other side, we'll know that we're coming up into a mall where the Rainbow Foods used to be. So the next section was probably kind of the first major section of retail development in Eagan after when 35E went through. And I used to work at the Rainbow Foods in Apple Valley when I was in high school, and now and then I would fill in at the Rainbow Foods here, which is now a Cub Foods, but the grocery store is still there. And I got a couple places I want to show you as we cross here. We're going to take a left onto Town Center Drive because we are in the Town Center Mall area of Eagan. And you'll see the Walgreens on the corner and another strip mall. Over on the left, interestingly, they just literally took down 2 office buildings, and one used to be a Realty office where I used to work before I started my own company. Oh, actually, no, it's still there now. It's Remaxed. But it was a law firm building, and they're going to build something new there. The Best Buy you're looking at used to be a movie theater. Now it's a Best Buy. But we've got some independent restaurants I wanted to show you as we cruise around here in this strip mall. And the first is Kyoto Sushi and Hibachi. And I'll be honest, I've never been here, but it's always popular. And I do like hibachi and sushi, but mainly hibachi. So I definitely have to come check it out, especially now that I put it on the video. Hold me to it. Then we got the Pet Food Warehouse. Play It Again Sports. Bayleaf Indian Cuisine is another independent restaurant next to the Cold Stone Creamery, probably also popular today, or it should be. Domino's, where I used to work, delivering pizzas in West Eagan. Classic Saigon Restaurant, and then we're going to be coming past the Walgreens. And another really cool restaurant I want to point out as we're in this area, it's Aziz Diner. And it's in this little strip mall over here. Very unassuming, you wouldn't really know what to expect, but we've got City Image Salon, Desi Foods, and Z's Diner, and it's got all the signs. The pandemic is just getting over, so they've had a bunch of signs telling people to they had takeout and whatnot. But Z's Diner is a 50s style diner that I understand their original location was in, you know, to look at it while I'm talking about it. Their original location, I think, was in West St. Paul or Inver Grove, but they made this location, and I think they have 3 of them. But you get in there, it's a breakfast food joint, and you feel like you're in the 50s. It does have some kind of kitschy, you know, Elvis posters and paintings and stuff on the wall, but they really did a good job. They've got, I think, like a black and white checkered tile floor and red and white vinyl booths. Really good service, excellent, you know, hot coffee. They just always keep filled up at your table. Pancakes and super good food. So Z's Diner, and I thought I'd be doing them a favor promoting them, but I don't think they need the promotion. As soon as the kind of pandemic rules lifted and they were open for dine-in service again, the place is packed, at least on the weekend mornings when I go there. So we're back to Denmark Avenue. We're going to be crossing over, we're looking kind of at the back of the Cub Foods right now, and we're going to be crossing over here. Like a quick loop at the Cub. So the Cub Foods here is the former Rainbow Foods, and if you're not from the area, maybe you're not familiar with the Cub or Rainbow, but 2 of the main grocery stores that were like head-to-head mainly all through the 80s, and now we've got some, you know, like we got the Hyvee, Fireleys, we've got some fancier grocery stores, but these were like the big box grocery stores, and Cub still here, popular throughout the metro, and mainly all the remaining Rainbows have been taken over by the Cub, and some of the remaining Rainbows have just been shut down. So Cub Foods, got multiple Cub Foods in Eagan, and a lot of times they kind of appear right in neighborhoods. This one, of course, is the downtown, if I want to call it that location. And we'll take a cruise by this next strip mall. And got the Dollar Tree, Planet Fitness, well, you can see. They got the Planet Fitness is relatively new. It used to be a Big Lots. Sally Beauty Supply, Eric the Bike Shop. So this is just kind of like the typical strip mall. And this particular section has been developed for quite a while. Like I said, if it was the 1980s, and I was working at that Rainbow Foods with the strip mall intact. That was obviously a long time ago, long before Central Park Commons had been built. But what was not built at the time, we're going to see in a moment, our tour of downtown Eagan, is the Kohl's and the Walmart. So the Walmart, I believe, went in first, and then they put the Kohl's in here. But I guess we don't need to get any closer than we already are. But, you know, handy to have the Kohl's right in town, and of course you have to have a Walmart. And I'm going to say this, the Walmart is nice. Nice people, nice employees, nice shoppers, clean. It's really one of the nicest Walmarts I've ever been in, which I think speaks to an extent about what a nice community Eagan is. Just because, you know, a very popular shop like that kind of everybody goes to is just nice and friendly, and it's a good Walmart. So we're leaving the Walmart parking lot, and actually let's leave the Walmart parking lot this way. I forgot some important stores that you should be aware of. More strip malls down, still around this perimeter road by Walmart. I hate to leave them out. Then we'll come back and I'll show you what I was about to show you. That is the Hardware Hank and the Pep Boys Automotive. It's good to have a hardware store at Von Hansen's Meat. And we'll cruise into the mall known as Duckwood Square for more details. There you go. Junior's Grill, which is another kind of breakfast joint. Yankee Eye Clinic. Just calling out the places you might not be able to see. And in the neighboring mall, we've got, I believe it's still a Great Clips. Used to get my hair cut there. And Caribou Coffee. And we're gonna cruise back, crossing Duckwood. And here's where we're gonna go before. We're back on Town Center Drive, kind of the section of the loop road that they've got, just past the Speedway gas station. This is the car wash, but I guess what else is relevant up here? Of course, we've got a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, a Perkins, and an Applebee's, an Arby's, a Kinko's. And this is, you know, just kind of like what used to be one of the main retail roads through Eagan before they added on to the other side of the freeway. And there's the Taco Bell. Thanks for joining me on this tour. I've got a lot more of these tours, and I'm still making a lot more of these because I just really enjoy driving around and showing parts of the Twin Cities Metro, especially the South Metro where I live. I am a real estate agent. If you've got any questions about homes or prices or anything in this area, feel free to reach out. My contact information is always below, but I'm going to put up a couple more videos of different tours in the area. If you like this, maybe you'll like those. And if you do, I encourage you to like the video and subscribe for more. I'd love to have you join me on more of these top-down tours in the Twin Cities metro area. Thanks for watching.